Howdy. I'm currently in the process of making like a river table but charcuterie board size, so maybe charcuterie board. And I'm about to mix the pigment into the epoxy. I do not know what color this was. This was given to me and there was no labels on this, but it's like black metallic of some sort. So I'm just going to dump a little bit into here or a lot of it and mix it up. I think it should be more than that. There we go. We'll see if that works. We're just going to mix this up. This is old epoxy that's stuck on there, so no, it's not going to turn gold. This is a lot of epoxy because I'm making basically two boards over there. I say over there because the mold's over there by the window with them in there. And there's going to be two boards. Both of them are going to have epoxy in it. And that's why I got so much in here. It's going to take a minute. Oh, you can already see the metallics in there. You see it in the middle? That's going to look good once I get it all mixed up. I got to get all these powder clumps liquefied. If you ever made like a cake and you have a cake batter, yeah, I got to get all that powder and flour mixed in with the liquids to make it smooth and consistent. But anyway, I just want to show you all the color of this real quick as I mix it up. And it's going to take a while, but I'll show you what I got here. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but see like the dark black part of it, and then off to the side the metallics is kind of like a grayish gunmetal. It's going to look pretty good. I like it. Alright, stay tuned for more. We'll see you on the next video. Alright, hey y'all. Just finished up mixing the epoxy. If you watch the other video, we have like this black metallic diamond charcoal looking color. And anyway, let me show you the molds over here, what I got going to pour it into. So here we have one set up, and I did put some hot glue right through here, and I sealed it on that side. The reason I did that is because I'm going to be pouring epoxy back here. I want to keep it back there because I don't want it coming over this side of the board, because we have a live edge right here that we're going to keep with no epoxy in it or near it. This will be sanded down later and just put a cutting board oil on it. So I will not be sealing this with a clear epoxy later. My customer wants a live edge on the front. And this is going to be a knife display because my buddy's a knife maker and he just wants to put his knives on here to display them. And once this is all cured, I will cut a channel back here in the back, because over here is the other one. This is going to be the vertical board. So when this one's done, we're going to take it, we're going to flip it up, and it's going to sit in here this way. And I'm going to put magnets on the back side of here so he can magnet hold his knives vertically. So when you're looking at this board here, you'll have some that are laying down horizontally, and then the back wall, you'll have knives hanging vertically. So anyway, this one has a river in the middle. This one is just going to have epoxy on the back. That being said, let's pour some epoxy now. I did also put some hot glue underneath this board so it doesn't leak out to the front. Alright, here goes nothing. Wish me luck. It's probably the best part of the entire process is pouring the epoxy. And I know the lighting is absolutely horrible right now. Sorry about that, but I'll get a closer look with some better light here in a little bit once I get everything poured out. Let me see where this settles at. I want to come just barely above the top edge of the board because I will be planing it down later. And I poured way more, or mixed way more epoxy than needed, and you always want to go 10 to 15% more because it's better to have a little excess and have it available if needed versus not having enough and then trying to whip up some more because you might be too slow. And also what I did off camera was I got these clamps on here. I clamped the boards down and then I took, I'll get those up. I put levels on here to make sure everything's level. So everything's pretty level right now. Alright, that's that one. That's going to look pretty good. Let's pour this one over here now. And I'm like doing like all the other videos. This is sealed, if you can tell. It's glossy. I did seal it earlier, watched a lot of videos. Some said to seal it, some said don't. Some said you should just seal big tables. But then other videos said don't do that because that creates a barrier between that wood and this epoxy. And it actually breaks off 3, 4, 5, 6 years later down the road. But for something small like this, they say you don't need to seal it. The bubbles will rise to the top, and if you pour it over the top, and you're going to plane it down anyway, you'll end up basically sanding, grinding, cutting all those bubbles off anyway. But I sealed it because some said to do it, some said don't do it. I was like, you know what? Better be safe than sorry. This is just charcuterie board size, so we'll do it. And we'll see what happens. You can probably see the color a little bit better on this side. Now, if my calculation is correct, this should be enough epoxy. It asks for a total about 80, I think it was 84 ounces. I mixed together 96. So what is that? 12 ounces more than it asked for? It looks like it might be coming up a little shy too, and I hope not. Let me pour this in here. Yeah, that's probably enough. And now you have like a preview of what the final product's going to look like. I think it's going to look pretty good with the contrast between the wood and this dark epoxy resin. It's pretty level, so it shouldn't be leaning one way or the other. I'm going to pour slightly over. Looks like I might be leaning down this way because I have more coming out here than what's down here. I'm gonna have to check for level again. I'll do that off camera, and if I need to, I'll pour what's remaining in here into there. I don't want to pour too much though, and there'd be too much down here and not enough over there, because that's a lot of planing on this end that I'm just would waste versus just lifting this table up and shifting it down and be more level and even. So anyway, I'm going to do that off camera, but here's a preview of what it's going to look like. I think it looks pretty good. You can kind of see right through here. That will end up being planed down later when I finish it and take this off. And then that one's going to be pretty good. It's a pretty good solid straight line right in there. I like it. What do you think about it? Let me run in here real quick and pop some bubbles and show you all that process. Pretty cool. There we go. And I got to come back because this is a 2-to-1 ratio. Bubbles will slowly leak out. I got to come back every 30 minutes to an hour for, I don't know, the next 2 or 3 hours checking on bubbles. Not that it really matters though, because I'm going to be planing it down anyway. But with being a 2-to-1 ratio, you're going to have a lot of bubbles come up for the next few hours. If it was a 1-to-1 ratio, you don't have bubbles come up for maybe an hour total. Anyway, yeah, it looks pretty good. I like it. Oh yeah. I hope he's going to be happy with this. This is going to look good. I like it. Can't wait to finish it up. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See y'all later. Alright, here's one board. I just went in and did some swirls and stuff. Check it out. You can get a closer look at the metallics. Sorry, the damn clamp's in the way. It just looks super cool. It's dark, but it's got a little bit of that charcoal which is kind of like the grayish color, with the metallics in there. You can see a little bit sparkling, a little bit. Pretty neat. I like it.